Okay, so we're at that point now that I'm going to start drilling down. I'm going to drill a pilot hole through the floor and see how far into the cellar I get for the toilet, which is going to be the biggest pipe. So what I've done is down here, measured distance from the wall so that it'll be right in the middle. I've lined it up with the pipe, and that's how far the toilet is away from the wall. That was written on the box of the toilet, so that would be 16 centimeters. Added whatever I needed, and I'm going to start drilling. I've marked it out on the floor on a piece of masking tape so that the drill bit doesn't slip away on the tiles, and we're going to give that a go, and I'll be right back. So we're down in the cellar now. I've drilled 3 45 degrees holes, and the third one with the ring around it, which I marked, is the one that matches up with the hole upstairs. So we're going to go in at 45 degrees and try and get that to connect so that we can run a pipe through and get some water, some wastewater to come down through there, along here and through this wall, out to where the septic tank is. It's kind of dusty down here and it's all stone, so I put a hat on and I've got a breathing mask and I've got some glasses. So I'm just going to drill some holes and we'll see how we get on. Right, well, after all that mucking about downstairs, we've got this 13mm finished, 13mm, 110mm down here. So that looks perfect. And now I'm going to open this one up here for the sink, and then it'll probably be dark. We might have to do something else. I want to get some heating in here because you see the plaster's drying, but it's not set yet. Still see the dark patches, and there's lots more plastering to do tomorrow. Right, let's drill some holes. Okay, good morning. So it's day 3. We did quite well yesterday, as you saw. We got a bit of plumbing started. Again, just like probably every morning until it's properly finished. We're going to be getting on with the ceiling, doing some plaster first, so it has time to dry. I've bought a small electric space heater, which I'll do for this area to help get the plaster to dry properly. So first things first, let's mix up a bucket of muck and spread it on the ceiling. Once we've done that, we'll cut out some of the floor tiles for the shower drain, put that through, and then plumb everything together in the cellar for wastewater. Once we finish the wastewater, we can get on with bringing in the hot and cold water, and then we can put in the boiler, which will need electricity, and then we can put in electricity, and somewhere in the middle we'll have to build the partition wall, but I want to leave that as late as possible because then it'll be a pretty pokey little room to be working in. Okay, let's get going. Today, but look at that view. See, we have another terrace over there, which also shows that's dead south across the valley. Little Maria up there above the front door. And very soon you'll get a full walk around the outside of the house. I did buy a little drone to film the house from above so that you can really see where it is and more about it, but unfortunately it's a bit windy today, and I was kind of hoping for sun, and according to my iPhone that's what's going to come tomorrow, so maybe we'll get that done for tomorrow. Right, on with the shower tray. try and open up the shower hole, which I don't know if you can see it properly, is here. There, that's how far we've come so far, so I need to open that up to get a 50mm pipe down. Here's the sink, and there is the toilet. And now I'm going to connect them all up. Now, I did say yesterday we're going to go through that wall there, but in fact I had a poke in that wall, and that wall comes out on floor level of the hallway, the entrance hallway. So that's not going to be very useful. Oops, a bit of camera shake there. Which means that I'm going to have to go quite a lot lower. We're going to have a dig and see what we can find. So there is a hole from the other side where you can see light through. I'm going to put a torch on it, see where it comes out and see what the best solution is. I'd quite like just to pull out a couple of stones and then fill the hole with cement afterwards around the pipe, rather than try and drill through, because this wall is pretty thick, very thick. So first things first, let's get up there, get that hole opened up to 50mm. Again, not going to be super easy. I hate working above my head, but there's not much else you can do. So that was the fourth hole I've drilled through now. So a bit dusty now, but looks like we're through. Let's see if we can see the light upstairs. You can just see it coming through there. So I'm going to head upstairs now with a right angle 50 and a down pipe, and of course some lube. Get that through, and then we'll come back down here and we'll start putting together the pipes that'll take it all away. Just 2 or 3 knocks with the hammer to get rid of the last couple of little bits of stone that were in the way. Oh, we're in. That's not bad, is it? Nice and flush. That'll sit nicely underneath the shower tray, which, as you saw when I got it out earlier, is it's very low profile. It's 5 centimeters. So now let's head back into the cellar and put everything together. So I've just put the shower tray down where it's going to go. I've fitted that so that when we go downstairs it won't lift and everything will be in exactly the right place. Toilet's done. This going to bring up, that'll be fine. So we've got ready for the sink. The sink is going to sit on that piece of furniture over there. So it's time to go downstairs, trim everything and try and get it set up. So we're back down in the cellar. That's the exit from the shower. You can see I put the first pipe holder up there. This pipe holder over here, that's fixed now. That's not going to move at all anymore for the toilet. And that's the one that comes out of the sink. Now, what I've decided to do is to run a pipe straight across and then onto a T on the other side of that pipe holder, and then a 90 degree, well, an 87 degree down the wall. And I'll have that catch it later, because I think, and I might be wrong because I'm not a professional, but I think if I were to put a T in the middle, we're going to reduce the structural rigidity of it. And I'd have to put 2 extra hangers on it, and I don't think that's really worth doing. On top of which, it's going to be quite far away from the ceiling, so that's going to involve, you know, floating hangers, drilling more holes. So I'm going to go across, and then I'm going to bring that 50mm pipe, which is easy, it's only from a sink, across and have it catch the down pipe that will be fitting in a minute. So after a huge amount of faffing about, we managed to get that in. So the main problem was getting that down pipe to connect there and then chiseling out around so that I could get that elbow in. Otherwise, it's not bad. The fall is almost perfectly 2 degrees, which I've been told is what is required to make sure that everything flows off and that nothing stays where it's not supposed to. So now we're going to start on the down pipe, connect up the sink, and then try and go through this wall. So we're on the other side of that wall now. There is a surprising height difference. I pulled out a stone that was about the right size and wasn't fixed very firmly, and behind that I was able to push my crowbar through. So we're through to here, and what we need to do is get rid of half of this stone here. And if we can get, oh, bloody shadows. If we can get rid of half of this stone here, we should be able to bring our pipe out, and then we can run it along this wall and out to where the foss is, which is just behind that opening there. Now, I can imagine a lot of you are thinking, what is he doing? Look at this beautiful cellar. Well, yes. Yes and no. There's lots of cellars. This one is actually quite beautiful. And yes, I will be running a waste pipe through it. But it's not definitive. It's not going to stay that way forever. So we will end up putting in a new septic tank on the other side of the house, right outside where we're working now. But we don't have the money for that right now. We don't have the time for that right now. So I think that's probably something that will happen in 2 or 3 years' time, at which point all of the pipes from this side can be removed again. And it'll just be that first cellar we were working in, which will probably turn into a workshop anyway, which will then have a down, and it'll run underground and out into a little courtyard where we could put a septic tank. So I'm not really wasting my time doing this because it's a lot easier and going to be a lot quicker than fitting a new septic tank. And it's also a lot more cost efficient. And at the moment, you know, we've just bought this house, and both of us work, but we pay rent, we have kids, and we can't afford to pay someone else to come in and do everything. That's why I'm doing it, but also because I want to, because it's, you know, it's a great learning by doing, and I'm sharing it with you because I imagine that there are some other people. I would love to have found someone who did something similar and, you know, just watch them make mistakes, watch them learn how to do things, and learn from them. So let's drill some holes through that stone and then try and break it in half and put it out of the wall. Okay, so 3 holes through the straight through that stone with the long drill bit on the hammer. Look at all the stuff. So much stuff everywhere. This was all left here. And I haven't cleaned anything out yet because I want to get a toilet in first, and I really would like a shower because it's day 3. So now I'm going to get the chisel, and I'm just going to try and break that stone in half. There's nowhere here to hang up my phone properly. I had a couple of attempts, but it didn't work, so I'll just be in and out until we get this done. So that just split straight through. Perfect. And there we go. That's the bit of stone we drilled through. Here's its other half. You can probably just about see in there. And there is our hole through to the other side. So I'm going to run around to the other side now and see if I can get a pipe through it. Oh, success. Unbelievable. I thought that was going to be a real nightmare. And in the end, it worked out quite well. Just pulled that stone out. Bingo. So from there, down, across, into there. Fabulous. So pipe down, pipe across. Useful gifts from the mother-in-law for Christmas. Oh, needs to come back a bit. Okay. And we need to put one in there and get that at 2% and cut them where they cross over. And there you have it, through the wall, down, shower, sink, loo. That is a good day. So obviously still need to fix it to the wall, but basically I'm happy with that.